Wow. Super happy to have, sorry, your name?
Ramesh, that's Shaad Shafi. I'm back.
You must be thinking that I'm amongst the worst comedians you ever met, right? Because
No.
the law of comedy is, if you laugh at your own joke, if you anticipate the joke and laugh, I mean, that's just like banal. That's
No,
it.
but I like
Yeah.
it. I like that you're enjoying yourself.
Yeah, but I can't
Hey,
change.
one person.
I know. I'm the only one who really enjoys the joke. Having started with this horrible, dissatisfactory intro,
Yes.
Shad.
Hello.
Let's get on with it's the AMA, right? The
Yes,
beginning.
it's AMA. People have sent in questions. They want our opinions.
But it's not
on-
exactly live, but it's very close to live because you spent 20 minutes just before the show downloading all this stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was the one who put this on
Correct.
the go.
And you stamped it on.
Yeah.
And
I
this
got
is
this chair from home actually. I
so
was setting
sweet.
it up.
We'll let us keep it for a day or two.
All
you know,
right, fine,
don't
if you
feel bad.
insist.
And the fact of the matter is that this is, it's not live, but it's almost live because they've just sent it in.
Yes.
Yeah.
They've just sent it in.
Sometimes the perpetrator involved in the question has sent it in himself, as we'll find out, or herself.
Yeah, one of these people was in my Uber pool also, so that's why when I saw
Is
him
it really
sending in
cheaper?
a message. No, they've discontinued it actually.
There's no Uber pool?
There's no Uber pool anymore.
So you can't share?
No, ever since
I mean,
COVID,
but
they were like...
could you share out of choice? Like, could you just say, boss, stop, bolo, and let the guy come in? Is that
Maybe.
I mean,
No.
how would that work?
I don't know. But I remember once, like in 2019, when I had just started working, I would take an Uber pool.
Yeah.
But then when I started making money, I would book 2 seats in an Uber pool. And that's when I was like, I think I've made it.
I only did it once, and I was most embarrassed.
Why?
I mean, I couldn't afford 2. Because one guy out of the 4 people in the car recognized me, 3.
Nice.
And the other 2 didn't. So he
Oh.
spent the whole time telling them that I'm somebody.
Yeah, they must
And that
have
was
thought
even
he's-
more embarrassing because the guy staring at me like, अच्छा. Not convinced, अच्छा. वो बकरा शो देखा? नहीं. अच्छा वो CNN में वो न्यूज़ का नहीं. ये वो नहीं. And he was most dissatisfied at the end, you know. It was like going to a brothel and getting like a guy.
Yeah, the other 2 must have...
Sorry if that's your thing.
the other 2 must have...
Happened to
just thought he
Kunal,
was a-
sorry.
Oh, really?
Yeah, in Thailand.
Wow.
With the sound off, so we're okay.
Okay, wow. It's... I didn't know we were competing against Coco Melon, dude.
Huh? Coco Melon's our thing. Yeah. Did you go for the Bryan Adams concert or you're too young?
No, I love Bryan Adams, but I didn't know it was happening. Like, I had shows and stuff that day, so I couldn't go.
What does that mean?
Like, I forgot the date of which it was on, but I would like to go.
It was this last week.
It was on Wednesday or something.
Yeah,
No,
in the middle of the week.
sports,
Yeah. How sad. He may not be alive if you.
That's what everybody is
You've
saying.
gone for this.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah, while he was still 69 or whatever. he
Yeah,
is now.
70 till I die. That's
Yeah,
his
86 will be his last concert.
song now.
Yeah, sadly. he'll be like a bus stop in Bombay.
Yeah.
86. Bryan Adams. Yeah.
Anyway, Lokesh has asked us ki,
What a segue. 86 Bryan Adams to Lokesh.
hey, they rhyme. Did Ding Liren mistake the chessboard for a trust fall exercise with D. Gukesh?
All I can say is people are all, who the F are you to tell us about Ding Liren's mistake? Okay, at
Yeah.
that level of chess, with the kind of pressure, I mean, if you look at it in cricketing terms, also sometimes you make a stupid mistake with the bat or ball or whatever.
Yeah.
These things happen. But everybody who's never played chess is saying, how can you make such a blatant mistake? Was it fixed? What do you know?
Yeah, you didn't even know the rules
No,
till of the game.
You didn't know that black and white are separate.
Yeah, you just thought your
the
monitor
board.
isn't working. You're like, oh,
Yeah,
I guess the
yeah,
color's
yeah,
not
yeah,
on.
yeah.
And also, that's how one person wins. The other person makes a mistake. It's never the
Under
both
pressure.
way. Yeah.
Under pressure in sport and in life, you make. I mean, I remember my Suhagrat, because I was with the wrong woman. Under
Yes.
pressure, I mean, these things happen.
Yeah, and as an audience member, I was like, how can Cyrus
Did you
make
take
that
your money back?
mistake?
A
I
lot of
did.
people
I was like, what is this lady?
Thanks, bro. I'm so touched. Yeah. So
But-
coming back to Ding Dong Liren. Sorry, Ding Liren. Just because
Ding
I don't
Dong
want to
Liren,
forget his
sorry.
name, I put the dong in the middle.
All right.
Oops. You know what I mean? Oh, sorry.
Don't-
Ding Liren. I'm
Yes.
saying under pressure, he cracked and he made a mistake, and both of them admitted that this could have happened to anyone, anytime.
Yeah. I'm sure Gukesh also would have made a mistake, but not as big.
Yeah, he did initially also because he lost the first game, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
And it was close, 7.5, 6.5,
Yes.
reaching, crossing, whoever crosses that number,
Correct.
best of 14 or whatever it is. But look at the fact that WhatsApp started, people like my good friend Kunal and others who don't understand, he still thinks chess is CHEST.
Yeah.
Right? So, wow, did you hear Gukesh won? I'm like,
Yeah.
suddenly they appropriate it. They've never
Yeah.
followed the game. They don't know how to play it, and then they appropriate it. It's just that being a sport Brahmin that I am, I get really irritated.
Yeah, my friend was like, why are we still being with kings and queens? Hey,
Okay.
all right.
Go on. Sorry, I got
No, they were
distracted.
just like, why are they kings and queens? I thought we were in a democracy. Now I was like, now you're supposed to.
But the kings and queens have no power now.
Yeah.
On the chessboard. Well, the king doesn't. He just waits there to die. This is the story of marriage. Huh.
Yeah. Also, isn't it weird that like in chess, like as soon as the pawn reaches the other side, the king is no, I'll make you queen. Just come back to me. But
that is a rule actually. I thought that wasn't a rule when I was young. We used to fight over whether that's a rule. If the pawn you can have a rebirth of the bigger piece.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you know in India's Jugaad, we can change everything. How we created the IPL.
Yeah.
5 days of test match gone forever now, and 20 overs we leave. Yeah. Somebody dances in the middle, film stars in the middle of it.
That's the best. Yeah.
Okay.
But do you still play chess?
My son and I used to play right through the pandemic. That was the last thing. But I don't have anyone to play with. Also, I started losing to him a lot. Yeah, I don't know whether just like any other sport, you get worse.
Would you tell him, if you beat me, no more education fees for you? Now you're gonna be
understand what pain I feel, because when he was 5 and 6 and we started playing, I would tank games because he used to get so upset. So I would fake my defeat. Then they reach the point where we're actually playing and it's great because we're almost same standard. Then we reach a point where he's beating me. He's saying, Dad, I'll beat you in 5 moves.
Wow.
And now I'm feeling pressure because nobody hates you more than your son, right?
Yeah.
I mean, look at the Mughals. I mean, look
Correct.
anywhere.
Hey, look at us. Yeah.
Sorry, son. Why you hate me? I told you your mother's name. It's Pushpa.
I knew it.
2.
But yeah, you were the Ding Liren to his Gukesh,
but I don't have
what people have said.
I was. But I don't have anyone to play with in the proximity. So if you see whatever few friends and family I have.
Never online?
So Maya played, my daughter played with me. She also started beating me. So then I, beaten by a woman.
You start beating them, yeah.
Yeah, so now, what about you?
Yeah, I mean, it was a requirement to be a comedian till last year that you have to play chess. No, because of chess streams and everything. But yeah, everybody started playing it. It's really fun.
But are you good at chess? Do you enjoy it? Forget good. Good is a relative.
Yeah, the thing is, everybody was trying to be the best, and I figured out I can't be. So now I'm trying to be the worst chess player.
That's called chicken chess. So you can play reverse chess. You have to lose.
Oh, really?
It's not like an international game, but we played in India a lot. So chicken chess, I have to, whoever loses the pieces faster. It's not as easy as it sounds.
Oh, it's not? Oh, because the other person is also trying to lose.
It's a lot like the market. You just keep killing yourself.
Yeah.
But so who do you play with now?
Online, is it? Online, random against random.
I can't play online. I'm too slow, so there's no point. I use one finger and all that. It'll take half an hour.
Yeah, but you have to use one finger only. You don't have to type out the chess move and so.
But okay, fine. But I'm old-fashioned. I have the board I can manage.
Oh, I actually can't play it on the board.
We used to keep a couple of extra pieces in our pocket and all.
Man,
all kinds of
speaking of boards, and the audience don't know. But I can't play on a physical chessboard anymore because I'm so used to playing in 2D. Like on screen, like 3D
so I'm the
just
opposite.
ruins
we
my
can never
perspective.
play. How sweet.
Oh man.
So we'll remain friends.
One more thing we can't do.
We can hold hands, but you will do it through the internet. Yeah.
Yes, I'll send you an emoji.
That sign, yeah. Now in this weather, because it's slightly cooler, I'm fighting everybody. From the early morning, from the car to the gym, to the car, to back here. I'm going for a meeting and somewhere else, I'll fight there.
Why would you want? It's so cold. I have to wear a jacket.
I want AC
socks.
on 16. I want them to not change it.
Why?
But it's on 26 in the gym. 26 is like a
medical
heater.
condition?
No, but 26 is what, man? Who puts it on 26? We're paying money now.
You shouldn't even have fans on in this weather. That's how cold it is right
I
now.
want human fans. Wherever I stand, I want like Anil Kapoor had this guy who used to hold a small fan right next to his face. Of course, he's Anil Kapoor. And that was Sanjay Kapoor. But that's I'm just kidding.
Fabulous lives of Bollywood brothers.
No, that's the first time I saw it. I loved it. The machine fan. Now, of course, the technology is even better. So we just keep it.
But they don't.
So listen. So he would tell our producer when we were shooting interviews. He'd say, "Now you say action, and then I'll say action." So she was also confused. Preeta, lovely girl. She was like, "Sorry, sir, what do you mean? When you're ready, use action. Then I will fan myself.
Yeah.
Then I'll send him off." And I'll say action. And then we'll start. So we were doing links, and after the link we'd cut because there were 6-7 links and they would put the music in between. So you had clean cuts and clean, So every time the same thing would start. Action! Action! And then we start talking. This is like driving everybody nuts.
But why would he do that?
Because he, like me, would sweat. So he learned in the old days that right till the last bit, my face will remain as thin as possible. And then 3-4 minute conversation, hopefully there'll be no sweat.
God, but those fans aren't even powerful. I remember I used
Right
to
on
have
the face. It's kept right here. There's a guy whose job, you know how Snoop Dogg is a guy who just rolls the cigarettes?
Yes.
The guy whose job all day is to hold that fan, make sure the battery is in it, and then just hold it closed like this and make sure he's completely without sweat.
I want to read this guy's LinkedIn profile. It was some...
Today he's a producer. He's doing really well. What's the Rohit Shetty film he just released? He produced it.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Wow.
doing very well. Now he has someone else is holding the fan. Possibly an IBM guy.
Maybe Anil Kapoor only. Who knows?
No. Anil Kapoor doing very well. He's got his own AC now.
Oh, wow. Some guy just holding an AC.
2 ACs. Yeah.
But did you...
Action.
Did you ever get your kids those caps which had the fan inbuilt? Did anybody else have those caps?
I don't think Mukesh Bhai has done that, but yeah.
I had those and they were the worst because you could not feel any like wind or...
Where's the fan?
It's in that thing, whatever it's called,
The
the
top
visor,
part, the peak.
what it's called, yeah. The peak, it was just inbuilt and the air is supposed to blow into your face, but you couldn't ever feel a thing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Who came up? This is a Delhi concept, yeah? It didn't work in Mumbai.
I guess so. Yeah, it must be a Delhi.
I think Delhi, they just fooled you.
Yeah,
They
Gold
put this
Gappe
thing
and these
there,
fans.
you wear it and nothing happens. And everybody's like, wow, fan.
Okay, but...
Have you done any topics?
Yes, we did chessboard.
Chessboard.
Yes.
Okay, 5 crores, Baba. Stalin.
Insane.
Not Stalin from Russia. Stalin, the chief minister of Tamil Nadu.
Yeah.
They're he brought the chess Olympiad there. Tamil Nadu is chess, let's face it. Like hockey is Orissa.
But also he got a big prize
Odisha.
money also, no?
He got prize money. He's got 5C from the Tamil.
And he's only 18.
What is the center given? Because center is different party.
Modi ji did congratulate him on Twitter.
हाँ वो तो क्या. That's also important.
Yeah.
वो भी एक चीज है. I mean the fact that you
that's
Twitter
worth
पे,
more than money, I feel.
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
You know, payment and exposure,
Right.
as we say.
And
in
if there are
this
2
industry.
messages, then it crosses 5 crores.
Yeah. But imagine he's 18 and now he has all of this money and all of his friends must be like treat and
I
he has
just
to
hope he
buy
keeps
the
going
canteen.
from strength to strength because he's 18. He shouldn't have peaked. You won't be at 21. You're like the has-been guy.
Yeah.
Twice world champion, but now
Yeah.
kuch nahi yaar, you know.
I'm retired now. How old are you? I'm 19.
Yeah, exactly. Like Sachin went the
Yeah.
right direction. If Sachin tanked at 17 or 18, then what? I won't take names of cricketers, but 2-3 of them have started with a bang and then gone nowhere.
Correct.
That's a horrible feeling.
What do you do after retiring 19?
When you've
I do my
tasted
12
the top
boards.
success thingy, so where do you go also? You can't start a new profession because you're nowhere there.
Yeah.
I mean, you've tasted...
I guess you could start like a coaching thing.
You think?
What else
But
can you do?
तूने क्या किया लाइफ में? सर मैं एक बार वर्ल्ड चैंपियन जीता था. उसके बाद क्या हुआ? उसके बाद थोड़ा इंजन खराब है अभी.
But speaking of Modi ji, Tashi has written in that did Narendra Modi share if his secret to being a showman is more Raj Kapoor or Man Ki Baat? Did you see those
I saw bits
videos?
of it, but everybody's being all nice and nice. I mean, it was okay. It was funny also. But no one... I would have liked someone to be a little more cheeky. And they were so like...
They can't be. How can they be cheeky?
But without being disrespectful, you can be a little cheeky.
You think you would have been able to be cheeky?
Well, I would have asked him, Daru milega. I mean, something you should have asked.
What a liar. You would have not had the
Daru
balls.
milega क्या controversy है? It's not a criticism of governance.
You're
By
asking a
mistake,
person
if I
from
say, sir,
Gujarat
मेरे को
saying-
दारू पिला दो यार. Is that too much to ask?
That is too much to ask.
What would be the
to a
reply?
Prime Minister.
नहीं.
Yeah, I'd be like, हाँ मैं मेरे पास.
What if you catch him off guard? He says, हाँ, vodka? Oh, नहीं है. You know.
Like it's just in his kurta pocket. Just
Okay, now watch it, bro.
Sorry.
You'll never get getting
But-
called for the next centenary. Yeah.
But in the
What happens to
video,
the guys who are not part of the family, like Saif? Well, technically not part of the family. Whoever the married ones, the 2-3 of them.
Tef his kids' name like Temur. He hates the right wing goes against them, and now he's sitting with the.
And only as Temur because Temur is the right pronunciation of Timur. So
Okay.
not only that, it's a sophisticated version of one of the most brutal invaders that Delhi has ever seen.
Yeah.
Twice he ransacked your city.
My city,
Yeah.
I'm still suffering from
My
it.
guys come descendants
Yeah.
of Uzbekistan, so we are different.
You would look at Mumbai roads and think Mumbai also was attacked.
I
but
just
no.
like any guy who does things quickly, and Timur was very fast. So, I got to respect that.
Hey, that's what she said. But, what is that sister's
What do
name?
you feel?
About the thing, I just found it very cringe, to be very honest, because
That's what can they do? They're sitting with a very powerful figure, the most powerful figure in India. They can't really like you said, how obnoxious can you be?
like, for example, they can't speak in Hindi, which I don't even know why they were trying to. This woman, what is her name? The aunt?
Yeah, I remember that bit. She went a bit here and there.
Yeah, she was just like, Adanya. I'm like, why? You
But she was just trying to
come
tell
on.
him, do we call you the full name, the full title and all that.
Yeah, but she was making those faces also, ki, what am I saying? Is this the right word? And
These are
everything.
difficult words. This is a very Shuddh Hindi which nobody uses, no?
Arey, but Adanya to you know.
I'll give you an example. There's a guy called Kunal Vijayakar. There's a show called Khane Mein Kya Kya Hai.
Yes, I've seen.
And he speaks in this antiquated Hindi
Right.
with an English accent. So it's something like that. So this lady was doing the same thing he does.
Yeah.
Really.
But everyone in that family has gotten hate. Ranbir Kapoor, Alia Bhatt.
Again, rock and a hard place. They were invited. What are they going to do? Once
No,
they're there, they have to be pow doing. What else?
I'm just saying Modi ji shouldn't have done the interview for his fan base. Like, I feel he's
But he
kind
doesn't
of
come
not
across
been-
bad. He was quite sweet and unassuming. He was not being aggressive or
No, but
he tried to
like-
be funny also.
See how much Kangna did. And now this is just a slap on Kangna's face. No, ki, the people you hated, I'm going to do an interview with them and promote their family.
Wow, you're right. I didn't think of it that way.
See?
All her hard work in vain.
Yeah.
Kangana, come on our show. I'm happy to talk to her.
Yeah.
I'm not quite the Prime Minister, but in my little world in car, I can call some people.
We can guarantee you 2 votes.
Yeah.
Us.
Yeah, but not in her constituency, which is very far away.
Yeah, maybe some Instagram poll. we'll
I've got
vote
to
for
tell you, in Maharashtra also, no. All our predictions went wrong. Well, actually, Sachin Kalbag, who was with us, was correct, more or less, what he said.
Also, haven't they publicly spoken against like the BJP and everybody? Saif might have.
Pooja Bhatt's sister's name is, the famous one?
Alia Bhatt?
Alia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What? She's not spoken against anybody.
I think maybe. I'm not sure.
But her father, though, is staunchly
But then
against.
you can't, they're very careful, this generation. Do they say anything political? They never do.
They never do, but
I
I
mean, I remember Ranbir Kapoor at the Bombay Gym bar once, and I said, bro, what do you think of the centre? And he was
who are
like,
you?
"Nahi."
Even in a
No,
private
I'm kidding,
space.
man.
Oh,
Don't rubbish.
wow.
What's wrong with you?
Man, I can't believe Ranbir said that to you. What else did he say?
No, he was nice. He was very sweet.
But like,
He treated me like he treated the PM. You don't know what he's really feeling. But yeah.
But like, I feel like Saif, since he's so old school, like how earlier people used to be political, as
And he's
Salman
very funny.
has said
Of the lot,
something,
he's
Shah
very
Rukh has
funny.
said.
Yeah.
So I'm sure he must have also said something against the government or given his views on things.
Yeah, but do they say it in public? In public, only Amir has been recorded saying
No,
anything.
Salman has that video, no, that interview where he's with Modi ji during Gujarat elections and he's like कि जो भी आपके लिए बेस्ट हो उसी को वोट देना, just because मैं यहाँ पे खड़ा हूँ इसका मतलब ये नहीं आप मोदी जी को वोट दो.
That's also okay.
That's what the video was.
But
no?
yeah,
If
that's
anybody
right.
remembers.
That's right. But that's okay. What's so bad in that? He's not really gone against anything.
No, but
He's
now
trying
the
to be
people don't
democratic.
say that also.
Yeah, but he's Salman, so you can't explain. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, I didn't know that Raj Kapoor was such a big deal that the Prime Minister of the country is going to...
Now you're behaving like that lady who doesn't know who Kapil Dev is.
That was me in the last episode.
Yeah.
If you read the comments,
I can't believe I told that story to
I was
everyone.
doing
My mother said call the doctor and all that. We have to give her medication. It's like we don't know people like this.
Dude,
here. I don't know a single person who knows Don Bradman.
I was doing
so
a
possible.
bit, and when you said Kapil Dev, I said the guy from Cred, and nobody online understood that I'm doing a
that they
joke
got,
here.
That they got. But how can you say Raj Kapoor? Come on, this is a real
No,
iconic.
but like the Prime Minister to endorse
But
the
from
family.
his generation and same up to my generation, and all everybody knows who Raj Kapoor is properly. Maybe with time these things change. It's a little sad.
But like, you know, Raj Kapoor is no Varun Dhawan.
No.
Is what I say.
No, I get that. I do get that.
He's no Kartik Aaryan.
No. He's more like a joker. Like his famous film. So yeah.
Yeah, he sounds
And
like
Kartik
the
Aaryan is more
Nawazuddin
like
of his
Karthik
era.
calling Karthik. Is the same guy?
No, that's different. That's Farhan Akhtar.
See, you got to help me with the modern world, man.
That's
so
a
Farhan
good
Akhtar
movie.
is Karthik, but Karthik is actually Karthik Aaryan, who's somebody else doing another film.
Yes.
Okay, all right. What's the last film that Karthik Aaryan has done?
Bhool Bhulaiya 3 came out like
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay, so I didn't hear it because of the coughing. Yeah. There's an Akshay Kumar fan here who didn't like the fact that Karthik Aaryan was in.
But speaking of Akshay Kumar, a person whose name starts with A also, Ankush, has written in the thoughts on Australia-India third test.
Well,
this is all you, by the way. I have no idea.
As we speak, it was 48 for 4 and there was rain. So now basically India's in a bit of a...
Right.
Since you asked and you love cricket.
Yes.
And
my favorite sport.
And the GABA, because of last 2021.
Ron Bradman, the striker.
Ron Fradman.
Australia.
True. Yeah. The streaker in the India match. So it's not, at the time of recording, it's not looking good for India except for the rain. If the rain doesn't save us, we probably lose this game.
Do we have the same team for test matches? No. For test, whatever.
Hugely different. White ball team is usually... There are 3-4 players who are in all 3 formats. So basically, plus they rest them all the time.
And where does it stand in prestige? Like T20,
for me?
IPL? No, not for you. In general, public. I know you love test matches. But
rude guy, yaar. He talks to uncle in this bad way.
What did I say?
The moment I say for me, he said not you. You're not important.
But we all know your opinions.
So now the public, the market is, Shad, even you know this.
Slept off.
The T20 has killed everything else, no?
Yeah. It's more fun. You have to...
It's
Come on.
fun. I watch it as well. But, if you really like cricket and all, then...
Any sporting event should not have a tea break or like a lunch.
You think so?
Yes.
You don't care about food, is it?
No, you eat after the game is over.
Yeah,
the audience is supposed to eat,
it works in table tennis, but it not in every format. It doesn't work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In eating competitions also, I'm like, why are they eating
I feel
that
you
now?
stick to frisbee. Okay, we are losing our cameraman. He's got a major cough attack.
Yeah.
And any moment now, we may have to have 2 minutes silence.
Oh no.
Maybe 3, depending.
It's fine.
Maybe 4. Yeah. Oof. It's amazing how this will be heard. Now everybody's got a cough.
Yeah.
Vishnu started coughing.
We are starting the new COVID, COVID 2024.
No, he's used this as an act to get out.
Yeah.
He's just pretending to have a cough so he doesn't have to sit through the show.
He's going to go watch the match now.
Yeah,
He's
exactly. Reminded him. What have you done, man? And now it's only raining. So he prefers the rain in Brisbane to our show.
That's
He's watching rain fall in Australia. Not a bad idea. Let's cut to that.
Oh man. But do you want to talk more about
There's nothing
cricket?
I can talk about because it's an ongoing test match. So we don't know exactly what's going to happen.
Who do you think is going to win? But like if the rain stops, you said Australia. Because
if they get enough time, they will bowl India out. They're 48 for 4. It's very unlikely we'll come back from that.
Okay. This is my favorite question. Naresh has asked, does Pushpa 2's like Allu Arjun bail overshadow the basic need for crowd safety and human lives? Dude, how can you arrest Allu Arjun? That's insane.
Also, it's almost like they wanted to meet him or something, I think, because he's such a huge star.
Correct, yeah.
It doesn't make any sense that, I don't want to, the lady died, so and she had a child, he got injured and all that. But I'm saying we Indians have to understand, we just don't know how to behave when we are in a mob.
Yeah, we don't. I don't think anybody knows how to behave in a mob.
I hated going for concerts. You're talking about Bryan Adams. I hated going when I was young with whichever girls you're with. You're trying to protect them. And it's just not fun. But you go in England or US or wherever else and there's no problem.
Oh, really? It's not
people
that
walk properly. They walk. Nobody... This is an Indian thing where, you just feel like you're on the train. We're raised by, especially Mumbai, raised on trains. So it's like, mauka mil gaya, aage jao. Mauka mil gaya, aur nazdik aa ja. That's the thinking.
And in concerts, though, it's worse because some people have the audacity to be tall also.
Yeah.
So it's like, what do I watch? Like your back?
True.
That's what I'm
True. And I'm not saying this woman was at fault exactly, but I'm just saying the culture of crowds in India is just all over the place. That's why we like crowds, but we want to see them from far. As far as we're concerned.
Also, I can't believe Allu Arjun didn't say that it was actually my driver who had visited the mall. And
nice touch. But let's not do the reference of where you're coming from and all that. But he's on bail, no?
Yes,
I don't think this case will hold. The judge who gave bail threw it out. He said, "What is this nonsense and all?" He used very strong language.
Do you think it's like a marketing thing for Pushpa 2? Like that's why it was supposed to be him going to jail because
somebody died.
No, like it was supposed to be that, but then it misfired. Is what my point. Because like in Pushpa, he is a criminal. No,
sorry, I'm getting distracted.
No, it's
I'm
fine.
worried if Abhi gets an attack and it'll be on my conscience because you're discussing Allu Arjun while he's in trouble here and we're doing nothing about it. How insensitive can we be?
Yeah, we should have a camera on him also,
we
just
should.
to be like the audience. Like, who's this cop?
We don't need to have a mic on him though.
Yeah,
he's able to reach us. Yeah.
No, but like since Pushpa is a criminal, okay, just for a marketing thing.
But is Pushpa 2 a criminal?
Yeah.
It's the same Pushpa.
Yeah, it's a sequel.
What are you saying?
Yeah.
I thought Pushpa will have a child and that's the second Pushpa.
Wait, I've not seen it, but that's the movie ended on a cliffhanger, so I'm assuming
how do you know this is the same Pushpa?
Oh,
don't jump to conclusions.
Fine. But if it was, you think that's the thing that could have happened?
No. I'm on Allu Arjun's side. Again, not to be insensitive. I just think it's ridiculous to catch the VIP or the famous person and say, you bear the consequences. Like somebody said, I think it was one of the greats of India who immediately, Ram Gopal Verma, who put his hand up and it's written in Telugu, but it's translated on Twitter where he said very clearly, what would you do if it happens in a politician rally? And it does happen. Have you ever heard of a politician being put behind bars?
Wait, does it happen though?
Of course it happens. You have 25,000 people, nobody cares in those situations. If it happens, supposing we had a chief minister of say Maharashtra doing a rally and something like that happened, has there been has law taken its due course in any way?
But my point is in those scenarios it's an organized event, right? So they have taken the necessary precautions of having security.
This is also an organized event.
No, this is not an organized event.
They enter the cinema. The cinema has to have its own security and all that, no?
But like at that level, you can't expect PVR to do whatever. They can barely keep track of who's returning their glasses. How will they manage a crowd?
Okay, so you've switched sides?
No. Yes, I am on the side of the woman who's
send me a text or something in the middle of the conversation, switching sides like I'm left alone here. Yeah?
No, but I'm just saying your argument was bad. That's all I'm trying
Noted,
to
noted. So you want Allu Arjun behind bars, basically.
Yes, I do want Allu.
Till
Actually,
what will happen to Pushpa 3?
Oh shit, actually, let him out. Let him come back.
Please understand.
Did you watch Pushpa 1?
Baba, I don't watch anything full length, no. But you tell me stories and I know what's happening.
It's fun. He keeps doing this to his
Yeah,
beard.
that I know. David Warner used to do it. So because of the cricket connection, I was able
David
to.
Warner is who? The director?
Yeah, that's it. From Warner Brothers. She's the youngest brother. Let's take a break and we'll come back and discuss more cricket and possibly the Pushpa collection.
Hey, it's been another great week on the IVM Podcast Network. On Cyrus Says, Cyrus and Gajraj Rao discusses Dua Lipa's SRK moves, Vikrant Massey's retirement, Pakistan's ICC model, Aditya Thackeray's bold remarks. On A Century of Stories, Kunal reveals the fascinating history of India's first commercial airport, the Juhu Aerodrome. On Paisa Vaisa, Anupam Gupta talks to Satish Mehta about his journey and expert tips on managing credit and improving your credit score. On Century of Stories Cricket, Cyrus Brocha and Nishant Tanwar shares hilarious stories. Folks, if you like our show, spread the word. Tell your friends and don't forget to rate and review them wherever you're listening to them. Follow us on social media. We are IVM Podcast on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram and LinkedIn. You'll also find all our shows on YouTube by their show name, so do look out for them and have fun watching. And finally, we would like to thank our sponsors this week. IDFC First Bank, Axis Mutual Fund, SBI Mutual Fund, ICICI Prudential Mutual Fund.
All right. I don't know why we took a break. There's no reason, honestly. This whole show is like a break.
That's true.
Yeah. I want to call this show the show that goes nowhere. And I want people to watch it in spite of that. Because I think that's what real conversations are like, right?
Or you should build it up. You should be like, this show goes somewhere, but after like 500 episodes. Like it's a 500 episode arc.
So you're saying just lie
something.
and
Yes.
to push it, marketing point of view.
Yes.
Good thinking. But I still would like to call it Road to Nowhere.
Road to Nowhere is a catchy name though.
Nice name. We could get a sponsor which could be either the BMC or the metro guys or the bridge guys or a car.
My career, that is also
your career as well.
Nowhere.
Yeah. How's it going?
It's badly. Why am I here?
Yeah. Wow. No,
Sorry.
Why are you here again?
Yes.
That's really
the when I was hated on completely in the comments, by the way, which I read all of them.
Well, were you really?
Yeah, they were like, this idiot doesn't know anything. Don't bring him back.
How sweet.
And
I mean, how sweet of them to do that. Yeah. Who said that?
I don't know. I was just glad they're
commenting. You don't reply?
No, I don't reply.
But
because I feel...
Was it over the Don Bradman remark or something else?
Yeah, about everything, politics.
See, cricket lovers are very touchy. It's like a religion, literally, no?
Yeah.
So it's like going against a religion. And you know what that's like.
I thought this show was like for idiots, by idiots kind of a show. I didn't know.
Except for cricket.
Except for cricket.
That's when it changes, yaar. You don't do masti on cricket. Yeah.
But Road to Nowhere could also be like a Bryan Adams song name, like his last song or something.
Yeah. His last song is Voice is Going, Will Stay in Asia and do concerts.
Yeah.
I think that will be his last song. Yeah.
But, dude, this is also a great question. Ritvik, Stephen Carter.
Is it with an H?
No, without an H. Why would Ritvik have an H?
Many of the Ritviks and the Riteshes and all start having H before the R. And there's a very silent H in Sanskrit, which is in the R.
Like Hrithik Roshan kind of H.
It's like, but it's not, this is very guttural, my thing. It's a very subtle one. Can you try it? No, we are too guttural. And
man.
Do you speak any Urdu?
I say
so it's probably closer to the tongue hitting the top of the palate. Like fakhar, zaman, it's like fakhar.
Yes.
It's not fakkar.
Like Ghalib.
It's Ghalib. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
so
like
try and get it from
your
there.
Throat.
Yeah. And go.
Yeah.
Don't leave.
But Stephen Carter is written in Stephen Carter, CEO of a recruiting firm, at a Christmas party ranted about two employees on Zoom that discussing drug use, that he uses drugs and infidelity and everything. And he
uses infidelity too.
No, like he is promoting, like he's like, if you want to cheat on your partner, do it, but just not in the office. If you want to do drugs, do them.
I'll do them. Because it's not his judgment call what you do with your partner outside the office.
My thing is, why is he even bringing it up?
Because he's very clear, boss, ye mera jurisdiction. You know, talking about Allu Arjun and the Pushpa 2 issue that happened. It's all about jurisdiction. So jurisdiction is everything. Like whose jurisdiction is that damn cinema where it happened?
Most people only are at home or at office. You can't cheat at home because the person's there. So you have to cheat
What
at
about
office?
Uber, shared Ubers when it was there? There are many options. That's
that
wrong.
Is true, I guess.
I like the fact that he's made a specific comment कि boss जो करने का वो करो जिसको जैसा मगर दफ्तार के अंदर ये नहीं चलेगा. I think that's a very fair point.
नहीं.
IVM, we are very clear. You may masturbate, but no touching.
No, but like it's
But
part.
don't do it in public again. Huh?
It's
Sorry.
but it's a part of the perks. No, you have to do cocaine to like fill out forms or whatever.
Okay, very
people do.
expensive.
How expensive is it?
What are you talking about? I don't know. Ask Prithvi, you're a rapper. How much is cocaine? Huh? It's like 10 grand a pop or something, bro.
Wow.
From what I
Plus
gather.
GST, without GST.
Well, it depends if you're getting someone who's accredited properly and all
Yes.
that, and you're ordering it from, let's
Yes.
say, Taiwan or whatever.
If you're dealing with one of the
if it's
has-beens
if it
Bollywood
comes
actors.
through the mail with a
Yeah.
nice, cheerful-looking guy on a
Yeah.
scooter, very different. Yeah.
A lot of Bollywood actors are rumored to.
Is it
have
still?
been
I think
millionaires.
that phase is sort of gone.
Oh, is it?
I don't know. What do I know?
Oh,
I
I
wasn't
just
invited
keep
to the prime
reading.
ministers. Not yet.
Whoa, cut. That's what I want to say. Yeah, actually, coming back to that video, Modi ji made this joke where
I saw that.
Cut, and
Yeah.
everybody laughs. I was like,
Yeah.
but what are you guys laughing at?
Because she was trying to call him by the title, Aradhya, Paradhanya, all these different
Yes.
things. So he was trying to be very flippant about it. It was quite funny, actually.
Oh, that's what he was going for?
Yeah, like he's being, making fun of himself in a sense, like, don't say that, and that kind of thing. Nothing more.
Okay.
I
if you say
honestly, I
so.
thought he was okay.
Oh, I didn't know you switched sides. You should have
switched
texted
sides.
me,
I
dude.
switched sides.
Like,
he
break.
was the only guy who was okay. The rest were all awkward. That was the problem.
Yeah, because
He
it's
was
also
trying
like,
to lighten them up and say, chill, man, don't worry. This reputation I've got, I don't deserve it.
Also, by the way, I have to say, I don't think Modi ji knew who half of the people were in that room.
He'll know, yeah.
No, how would he know who Ridhima Kapoor is? I didn't know, and I'm
No,
very
but they
much
would have
into
told him
Bollywood.
X, Y, and Z are coming. They would have briefed him properly.
No, they would have just told him Kapoor
You
family.
think
is
I don't
coming.
know when the guests come, they brief me properly.
But only one guest is coming.
Sometimes,
and you're also not the
sometimes
prime
two.
minister.
Sometimes two. Yeah.
Okay, but you're saying you're okay with the boss saying all of this.
No, I'm
Ki
saying
cheat
he
on your
wasn't
wife.
awkward. He was being himself and trying to bring them down to a more relaxed, informal kind of setting. They were a little more awkward and tongue-tied and whatever.
No, I'm talking about this CEO,
Oh, I
not the
lost
CEO
interest.
of our country.
I lost interest in that.
Okay, fine. I'll go to the next one. Nitin, this is also fun. What do we know about the mysterious drones reported over the East Coast in the US?
Yeah, I was watching that story also.
Aliens.
No, forget aliens. The fact is, they can't find out, and they're supposed to have the best spyware in the world.
Yeah.
Why? What are we two guys on a podcast going to do? I mean, how are we going to tell?
I feel it's either two things. Either it's aliens or they're spying on their own people. China. They would have said China.
They've always had but they have to get irrefutable proof before whatever. Spying
Oh,
on
not like how Canada did
spying
with
on their own
India?
people, they would have killed the story because propaganda is the thing there. So I think they
Right.
would kill the story very quickly.
I wanted to be aliens though.
You like aliens?
I love aliens.
But
Wouldn't it
aliens
be
are
fun?
generally the people from Mexico who they push out.
Aliens is all I search for on
Sorry.
Pornhub and stuff.
Yeah. My favorite comedian, Woody Allen.
Woody.
Yes, fabulous guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Got another alien joke?
No, I could not think of anything.
Okay.
Sorry.
What about that T-shirt, Alien Solly? Used to be very big when I was young.
Oh yeah, wow.
Was it? Yeah.
Yeah, DC character Barry Alien.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
He's the Flash, right?
Yeah, he's the Flash.
Sorry, Flash.
The Flash.
In the Badma Flash bole, Flash. How do you give a name like Flash to Flash? Basically means you show your privates, right? So
Yes.
you name this guy Flash, and everywhere we go, hey, look, it's Flash, and
I'm sure for how fast he's going, he must be doing it at some times. Whoa, she didn't even notice.
He must be nude. Why is he? You're right. It's a very good point. Why wear a uniform when you're that quick and no one can see you?
Yeah, I'm surprised
He just have a towel. The moment he reaches,
Yeah, I'm surprised that's not a move that superheroes do. Like
What?
they just take their clothes out and then they
there's
go
no
punch him.
porno version of superheroes. No, there's a whole different thing.
Of course there is.
altogether.
I'll send you many links.
Oh, but that's made up by other people. I'm saying they don't, Warner Brothers themselves are not making a nice porno version.
Yeah.
Saying this is what they do at night, except for Batman who works at night. But the rest,
Yeah.
they're conventional guys. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, also something about superheroes I don't understand is that Batman's villains will only fight in that locality. That's
Yeah.
their jurisdiction.
Yeah.
It's never like, hey, we can go defeat Superman. We'll just go there. Or
Yeah.
Superman's villains are like, we'll just go fuck Batman.
Yeah. No, that's a good point. And also the fact that why do they have 7 villains against Batman in one go?
Yeah.
One is enough. He's so colorful and interesting. And you have 7, you have to keep up with that. It
Yeah.
reminds me of 80s Hindi films where there were so many bloody villans and
Yeah.
henchmen.
Also, I want to see Batman run out of money. That'll be fun.
I want to see
He's just
Batman in a
taking
Hindi
Uber
film in
pool.
the 80s with Shaktiman against him.
Oh, Shaktiman doesn't care for Batman if you've been seeing his interviews.
I love Mukesh Khanna. It's very interesting.
He's
the way he's been,
insane.
and he just calls a spade a spade. He didn't like Kapil Sharma, ignored him for 2 minutes. He got very offended.
Yeah.
Throw him out of India.
I love how he's still wearing the costume. Like he still has it in
He's
his closet.
walking the walk. He does the talk.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah, people tell him to wear his best clothes
My
and he
worry
wears
is,
the Shaktiman
imagine if he
costume.
gets mugged on the roads.
Oh, that'll be sad.
Does he then, what happens? Because he's Shaktiman. Does
He
he go
starts
to,
spinning. That's what
Yeah,
he'll do.
does
Like,
he-
मैं अभी
like-
दिखाता हूँ तुम्हें.
Yeah. Or does he, 1 minute, ruko. Because he's going to put the costume on properly, the full cape and everything
Yeah.
else. Yeah.
And
it's not shutting the button. He's like, boss.
He has to ask him.
Sorry, Mukesh bhai, we are just making fun. Huh.
You know him also, so that.
We are very close.
Oh, really?
We have the same tailor.
Yeah.
Huh.
But you think it's China? You don't think?
I'm not saying it's China. I'm just saying that they're not giving us a proper thing. In the past, China has flown drones. Okay, and they're the
Right.
ones who take US on a little bit. They're always trying to find out what's going on. I don't know why China does this. Let's find out what's going on.
Yeah. I think it must have been like some indie director trying to make a film, and they're like, "What the fuck?"
It could be a
this guy?
Bhojpuri filmmaker who doesn't know rules.
Yeah.
He's like, "Yo, open it! Abbe, top shot! Next thing you know, it could be.
Him just trying to look into people's
In
houses.
fact, this makes the most sense. I want you to call the FBI right now and help those guys.
I
They
should
haven't
be-
looked for Bhojpuri
Yes,
films. Yeah.
I should be the director of FBI now.
That might be the name of the Bhojpuri film because set in America.
Female
we call-
body
nee, we
inspector.
call exactly. We call FBI, and on top of that, it has nothing to do with the FBI. They just like the name FBI. But they also make good money, especially the females in the Bhojpuri films.
Oh, really?
Yeah, decent.
What is
How-
decent money?
I'm told lakhs, not crores. Crores is a little tough. But
They're
lakhs.
making lakhs? Wow.
Yeah,
that is good
30, 40
money.
lakhs a film, maybe more. Yeah.
Whoa.
Ask Abhi sir used to direct. He only does the bedroom scenes.
Yeah.
But he used to. You
He
shot,
only
you
acts
shot
in them.
Bhojpuri? You have, no? How much do they get paid? 40, 50 lakhs.
Wow. And they're doing many films a year. So that's like.
Oh, it's a factory.
Wow.
Much more. There's not one film in a thing.
So these
Factory.
actors are bigger than Allu Arjun, is what you're saying.
In their world, yes.
You're saying Modi ji should have had them on instead of the Kapoor
It's only a matter of
Khandan.
time.
Yeah.
You start with one and then you go to the next.
100 years of, I don't even
Imagine
know
if,
Bhojpuri actors.
by the end of his reign, if we are not called, our lives are pointless. But everybody would have been called. Every single entertainer, smallest entertainer, Big Boss, 9
Yeah, and
seasons.
we're just waiting and they're like,
Yeah,
actually,
yeah,
now
yeah.
no more. Now
Yeah.
it's done.
Even like Sheru, the bodyguard of Salman, he'll also be Sheru's family and all.
I was
and
actually-
Shaad, you and me? No.
I was actually looking for a house once and they showed me and they were like, this house is owned by Shera. Where Salman
Oh,
Khan's
Shera,
brother.
no, Sheru is not
Yeah.
the right name. It's Shera.
Yeah, he
प्यार
some
से
big
Sheru
one.
बुलाते हैं यार.
It must be.
Yeah. So you were going to buy the bodyguard.
Not buy, rent it out, but it was too expensive, the rent.
So Shera's a multi-millionaire, by the way.
Must have
He's
been.
been with
It
him
was
from the
an
beginning.
Andheri-
So apparently he's got his own bodyguard.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It's a whole, it's puzzling.
He's out. He can outsource his
So
work. He's
Salman
like-
walks in, then this guy is his bodyguard, then there's his bodyguard. Now they've done so well, he's got a bodyguard.
Imagine Shera's bodyguard pushing Salman away. Ki, I have to protect Shera. You get out of
the
the
problem
way.
is, what if the second actor is not that famous? Who's in the film?
Yeah.
So all these bodyguards are pushing the second actor out.
No, they're using the
co-actor.
second actor's body as the shield.
Yeah. They look out.
Yeah.
Kar. Stand there. Ouch.
Yeah, you.
Take a chance. Who's this second actor?
I don't think.
Leave it. Don't be mean.
No, I'm just thinking. I don't
Stop
think
it.
Salman has done a film with a co-actor.
There's
in the
always some
long
guy playing a smaller role, yeah. He doesn't have these two hero films after Karan Arjun and all. I don't think there are too many of those. But there's always some guy in...
Dabang had his brother. I don't
that
think
doesn't
anything
count.
after that.
That doesn't count.
This one, क्या कहते हैं, Pathan and Tiger crossover was there.
No, but then they're just coming to each other. Doesn't that Warner multiverse and all the Avengers
Yes,
and all that?
correct.
It's the
That's
same
true.
formula that they're following.
Fair.
We do that in the podcast.
Yeah.
Like you're here and then we'll have Puneet's intercut in the middle.
Yeah.
Just walking.
Just
take a
his
shot.
face coming.
Yeah, just
in.
silhouette hit.
Yeah.
You know how they used to turn to camera
Oh,
with a
that
jerk
was fun. Yeah.
and then miss the camera? One of those, yeah.
Okay. Hema has asked.
You know what the Madras cut is?
What is the Madras cut?
The head comes back into camera like fast 2-3 times. Back in the day, it was a big thing to show
Like
the hero.
serial type?
Yeah, but this was like a very deliberate move by the camera to capture the greatness of either the hero or the villain. It's a very striking moment. So you'd be like, supposing there's some dialogue or whatever, and there's pulsating music, and it's like Shaad is the whatever, and then Shaad's face comes into it, and it'll be like, so 27 times it would go on like that, depending on how big you were. I want that in my biopic, no?
Rajnikant,
Not
Kasauti
just Rajni,
Zindagi Ki.
everybody's copied it,
Yeah.
including Hindi films. And I'm thinking if you can go to 32
Saas Bhi Kabhi
head
Bahu Thi.
turns, so if you do 32 head turns, then you're reading something special. Imagine the film stops because Shaad has entered, the greatest hero of our
Yeah.
lifetime. And 1, 2, and then you can even do a slow mo
Yeah.
last 2, 3, no? Yeah, and the audio will go slow mo.
And I'm sure the actors must be saying also कि सलमान ने 32 करे मैं 33
करना पड़ेगा. Yeah, that's the way it should be.
Yeah.
And what about the poor heroine? Nothing.
They actually turn the camera away from her as soon as she comes.
Absolutely.
They're like, we want to look
she
at
dances,
Allu
her
Arjun
feet
again.
off, everything. Her nose ring is bleeding, her nose, everything. Boy, she's poor thing. Half a shadow in the back. Yeah.
And she had to skip school to be there.
Yeah.
Because of our young.
But now they're all over 13.
Yeah. Oh.
We apologize. We're just being silly.
Oh, Gadkari said that 178,000
I show so bad. I talk to other people in the middle. Who does a podcast like that? You just chat. Anybody passing by?
Okay, Gadkari has said that 178,000 lives are claimed by road accidents every year.
How much?
178,000.
Okay.
Every year. So in the country, that doesn't sound like a lot actually. Are we auditioning for the next season of Khatron Ke Khiladi?
What did you say?
Dude, how many crores of people do we have?
What's that? That's you're disappointed.
No, I'm not disappointed.
I'm mathematically मैं बहुत disappointed हो गया यहाँ पे.
I'm just saying that
maths की एक point पे अगर देख सकता हूँ.
Okay.
तो maths का 1.4 billion और 1 लाख इसमें कोई connection भी नहीं है.
Tell me I'm wrong. Prove it. See, if there were only 2 lakh people in this country and 178,000 died, you're like, oh wow, okay.
You can't get out of this one.
But like,
this is the most insensitive sentence you can ever say.
No,
I'm so disappointed that only so many people are dying because the size of the behemoth of Indian population itna hai.
I'm just saying 178,000 is a rounding off error in our country. For all we know, we've not even counted properly. They might be alive.
It's 150,000. Oh, that way.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a good way of getting out of this situation. I accept it.
I'm just saying 178 lives are, yes, it's tragic.
78,000,
178,000. It's tragic, but...
you can run it up to 2 lakhs for just people to understand. So say 2 lakhs a year.
But like,
and you're saying that really means nothing because, there's 1.4 billion. So what you're saying is buck up.
No, I'm saying they should be improving the system, but also...
So should we have more or less?
I'm just saying there shouldn't have been an exclamation mark after the 178,000.
What he should tell us is in other big countries like say Nigeria or China or Brazil where we have huge populations, even Pakistan to some extent, what are the figures there in proportion to the population?
Yes. Yeah. They will be like, China mein to 5 lakh mar rahe hain, over here only 2 lakh are dying. So
in
be
China,
grateful.
The figure will be what the government tells you.
Yes.
In India,
nobody tells us only. But Gadkari also...
didn't have the guts.
Gadkari, like he said also, like people don't follow traffic rules.
First
like,
is Gadkari ji. Go on.
Hey, take 2, huh? Gadkari ji said that like people don't follow rules and stuff, like they don't do lane driving. But there aren't lanes, like the lines aren't drawn only in most of the roads in Mumbai.
We're talking only about this drinking and driving issues that happen. Some high-profile guy with a fancy car and his one son and all. So that's one thing. That's nothing compared to the normal accidents that are happening on a daily basis all the time. And half of it is because of we don't have lane discipline. We don't follow any rules.
No.
And it's also about cutting the red light and all that. It's much more than that. You're just always trying to get ahead. Bikes are horrible.
Bikes are horrible. They'll see 1 inch and they'll just try to come in. Autos the same.
My wife also said the same thing. What?
That joke didn't even make sense. That you see 1 inch and you try to come in.
It's okay. Take your time. Don Bradman, 1 inch. You got 2 things pending. But I hate the way we drive. I went to Kochi for an event in Jan. I found for the first time in India, it's almost like it's another country, all the bikers were disciplined, all had their helmets on. Everybody waited. And so I asked the guy who picked me up, I said, discipline is very good. He said, Kochi, sir, everybody follows the rules. Very rare for anyone to break the rules. I was like, wow. And then next is Gurgaon, 2 weeks later. And I'm back to normal.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no question of one way in Gurgaon. If you think, Mumbai is bad enough, there's no one way. What is one way? You try. The copies come to the one way. There's no one way.
Yeah. Also, people drive so badly. I just take an auto now because even if I get
Who is the biggest perpetrator of lane indiscipline?
Yes, correct. But my thing is,
you are the evility that is Mumbai.
No, see, as a passenger, I appreciate it.
True.
But when I have to experience it as a driver, I don't like it.
Yeah.
Also, if you're in an auto and somebody hits your auto or your guy, you can just get out and take another one.
Forget that the auto creates the accident without even getting involved in it. You get cut suddenly and somebody else will bang into somebody else.
And India has that rule that if you have lesser number of wheels, then you're always the victim.
Yeah. So
nobody blames the bike guys ever.
It's a class issue, reverse class issue, where the richer looking vehicle is to be blamed.
Yes.
That's what generally happens, unless you're really connected.
Nobody.
High profile cases where nothing happens.
Nobody talks about how difficult it is for privileged guys like us.
Nobody's
standing up for us, dude.
Well, I got into a fight with a guy who came off the one way. He took me to the station because I hit him.
See?
I was like, but he's the perpetrator. He came off the one way.
We should start a political party. Our logo should be like Mercedes wala logo.
Yeah, but I didn't have a Mercedes. I just had a normal car.
Okay.
I won't even tell you
BMW.
what. Love your socks.
Hey, thank you. Mintra.
Very straight. They can't see them.
That's your barometer. So if you have samosa on your socks, you're gay
without
as fuck.
passing wind, can you raise your leg?
That'll be difficult.
Okay, then let it go.
But
we've got a coffee, we've got people
samosa.
painting, we don't want more stuff.
You're saying if you have samosa on your socks, that's very homosexual.
No, I'm not saying that. That's
You just said it, but.
I just find these colourful socks very interesting. Yeah.
Hey, come on, yaar. I'm a quirky
personality.
guy.
You're an artist.
Yeah, I'm an artist.
And that's where most people are going to spend their time.
Yeah.
Hi, Shaad. Looking spiffy, yaar.
Yeah, something should grab their attention,
look at
keep their
mine.
attention. Oh, yuck. Smell also.
Yeah, thanks. I told you don't lift your leg. Right? You don't listen. All right.
Okay.
What's
You're
next?
saying it's very sad that 178,000 people have died, and I'm saying the same thing.
Yeah. You're just disappointed the numbers are so less because you expect more from a huge population.
Yes,
I
just had higher expectations from us. I thought we could break more rules.
But the fact that you
we're
made
not.
that famous Indian sound like only 178, that was wrong.
Yes.
If you didn't make that sound, it would have been fine.
It's like the
The
classic
disappointment was
Indian,
like you failed your, IIT or something.
Not even failed. Even if we got 99 out of 100, I'm not impressed.
Yeah. For you, there's internal failure.
Yes, I feel all of us should die in a road accident together. That'll be newsworthy.
A lot of people listening are wishing for the same thing.
Yes. A lot of people must be listening to it while driving. So they're crashing their cars so they don't have to listen to this anymore.
What are the latest figures do you have?
Man,
Have
the
we
views
touched-
are dropping.
Have we touched 180? Just kidding. Huh.
Okay. Prince, the musician,
Yeah.
RIP, he's written from the grave that is Soros running a business or a mystery thriller where even the government can't decide if he's the villain or just a really persistent entrepreneur.
Yeah, because he's a left leader, no? Which I find a real paradox when you're the leader of the left, but you're one of the richest men in the world.
Yeah.
Which I just, it's, I have all these people I live with who are, club members and fancy cars.
Right.
And I want to keep talking about how bad Mumbai is and
Your
how the state of
family.
Mumbai is horrible. I'm thinking, but look at your life.
Yeah.
Your life is, सिर्फ 3 नौकर है
You,
घर में.
you ring a bell to call your waiters
Exactly.
and all.
So the same thing with George Soros. I know maybe he's got vision and all that. Don't know enough. But the pants don't fit the guy wearing them sometimes.
Also, I can't believe people are saying the same thing about like Elon Musk. And he's literally in the US government now. And he's the richest
He
guy
is,
in
but
the
there's
world.
no hypocrisy there. Now he's out and out right-wing, almost all right-wing capitalist now, if you look at the way he's positioned himself.
Yeah, it's because right is in the power you're saying. That's
No, so he's all about
saying.
capitalism. Let's make money. All the time, let's make money. He's very clear. So the hypocrisy is less. With Soros, the whole thing is you're left-leaning, but your distribution of wealth is always questionable, no? Because that's where it starts. Before you talk about distribution of anything else, philosophy, you start with wealth.
Also,
Not calling him a communist, but I'm just saying he was the richest man in the world.
Also, Soros has been being used as a thing, like as a boogeyman for so long. I didn't even know he was alive.
Have you listened to him speak?
And that's what I'm saying. I didn't even know he was alive. I thought
you
he
didn't
was
know.
just like in the 90s.
You
somebody.
thought what happens to you when you ride a horse.
Yeah.
Soros.
Oh man, Soros for that joke. But anyway.
I'm ready to kichao that one. Yeah, really. The visual of being on a horse where in Mumbai.
Soros sounds like a name from Game of Thrones, by the way. Some character.
He probably is a immigrant surname of some kind. It's
he must be a king
Soronotsky,
somewhere.
YN or something would be the full name. Or Sharma.
But why is he like used as a boogeyman in India at least? For like, especially against the Congress, they're like, oh, ye Soros ke aadmi hai sare. Which I never understood. Like, what has he done? Did it happen in the 80s or something?
No, it's because he's wearing a cap for one side. So they're trying to say that you're left aligned. Where when you use him as you just got to make the correlation that you're part of that left crazy woke group that wants to make the world so woke that that is the right version of a left-wing movement. That's what happens.
But did he say something like Congress is what India needs? And did he endorse them? Like, why is
No, but Congress is trying to separate themselves from the right wing of India.
So just because of that, they're like, they must be taking money from
remember,
Soros.
philosophies will always be the same, right?
Right, yeah.
Language and culture may change, but philosophy is the same. And that's why people support, this movement and that movement across the world. It's all global now, thanks to people like you on the internet, idiots for passing information.
Yeah.
My day, we didn't know anything. What? Poland is free? Nobody knew. 20 years later, they tell us. It's like that.
But who do you think Soros has more money or like some of our politicians?
That's a very good question. Because see, their money is all declared. One thing about their
Soros's,
system is tough for them to have, accounts here, there and everywhere. I'm
Yeah.
sure they do, but it's not as easy
Also,
as...
Soros must have to buy samosas at regular rates, unlike these guys.
Yeah.
who
Also, he'll
get
have to sign his own name and all that. Now, here what happens is your cousin owns a petrol pump.
Yes.
Your sister-in-law owns the jewelry store.
Yeah.
The entire city of Panipat is owned by a cousin whose name you don't remember. So it's very different the way our setup is. These guys have to sit and sign them. Hi, I'm Soros.
Makes sense.
Here's my Aadhaar card.
Yeah.
Can I GPay for this samosa?
Do you think in like other countries, like how we use Soros, they're using like Ambani and Adani? Ki, oh, ye to Ambani se waise
Not
le rahe hain.
in cricketing countries, they're now very well known. Countries like Australia and England. And they get a little bit of bad press because they're all left-leaning press as well. So they talk about them monopolizing the game and things like that. I have read some articles here and there. And by that, they represent India. So we become like bullies who are
Let's
flexing
go.
financial
Finally,
muscle
bhai.
and bullying the West. But that's in the cricketing world.
I think this might be the biggest thing that's happened
How
to
the
the country
world has
after
changed. When I
independence.
was growing up, we were all scared of the foreigners and this and that.
And now we scare
they are
them.
talking about us being bullies.
Isn't that the best? Man,
You're proud, no?
I support the Ambanis in everything they do.
Yeah.
They're spending money exactly how I would spend money if I had it.
On the wedding.
Yeah, just be like, all the biggest celebrities, they will serve food at
No,
my
I think there's a
wedding.
reason for that. I think they want to take over the entire space, create another YouTube of their own,
Okay.
to rival it. They always try to get into something and override it.
I've heard
The
like
entire system has to be overridden.
I've heard that if you start working with them, you have to get like a Reliance tattoo also. I don't know if that's true or not.
Yeah. But it
But could be
allows you to
rumors.
get parking in any place beyond Borivali.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's also something.
Yeah.
You have to show the tattoo. I've put it in a place where it's difficult to take my shirt off and all that. And, so often...
And you don't even work there. That's how
I
big of a
know,
fan
but
you
I
are
like the
of that.
parking idea. I did it just for that. I said, when I cross Borivali, I at least have a place to go to. Yeah.
Okay.
Now that we've explored that subject, I think we can move on.
Man, this is very sad. Roma has written that Tabla Maestro Zakir Hussain has...
No, he's not passed away, by the way, yet.
No, he has.
No, he's not. No. They're saying that he's brain dead. This is the last thing that I read.
That was last night. Yes.
So has he actually passed away? I don't want to give this information if it's not true.
No, today morning.
Oh.
Okay, we don't know. Some are saying yes, some are saying not.
I just saw a lot of
Those
tweets
are-
from politicians. I'm assuming they must have
No, but
verified
everybody
news.
just passes messages because they want to look good also, no?
Arey, but they're
Famous-
politicians. They can't fuck up
That's
with
true.
that.
The politician
no.
can't lie. You're right. That's not a possibility. So, okay. I'll give you that.
They're the definition of people who speak the truth.
I don't want to brag, but I have worked with Zakir 3 or 4 times.
That's what this boy wanted to know if you've ever seen the concert.
Great guy. And he loved life. He loved the ladies.
Yeah.
He loved his food. He loved his drink. He was fantastic. And he comes from my area. We are both Malba Hill
Really?
boys. Yeah.
Wow.
Allah Rakha had a house in next to Godrej Bagh. Just 5 minutes away from my house.
Oh.
They're all our type of
My
guys.
first exposure to Zakir Hussain was the Vataj ads actually.
That definitely, but we had the concerts in St. Xavier's, IMG,
Oh.
where he was famous for. Jan 26, he would come for those Jan concerts.
And college kids would like
No,
us.
and that's where people like me who don't have any Indian classical music background, because he would play Morrison and all that. He would do this Jugal Bandi.
Wow.
So he would be playing like a Morrison song with a guy with a guitar, and they do this mix and match. So you increase the audience.
He seemed very cool.
He's mesmerizing to watch. Have you ever
Yeah.
watched him live? His eyes and everything.
Like
And very funny guy.
he had that rock star but humble persona.
Very
kind
humble,
of a
very
thing.
Malba Hill, yeah. We all lovely guys. Tawfiq, his brother,
that's
also excellent.
Yeah. How much is your house worth again? What is it like?
I
Some
live with
1,000
my mom.
crores?
Yeah, you'll have to ask her. I live with my mom.
What are the property rates there?
No
One
idea.
kidney
You'll have
per
to ask
square
mom. I'll
feet.
send you the number. Talk loudly. She's old. Yeah.
But you never, apart from the college fest, you never attended his concerts?
But we attend every year. 5 years in Xavier's.
No,
Watched
after
it.
that, like after
Lots
you...
of girls were there. That was one reason.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But after you grew up, you never like, as like on a date or something
No,
with
so
your
sit
wife?
through a whole concert means and wearing clothes and all these things I've never enjoyed.
Wait, for
And
college fest, you were
crowds.
going naked?
No, but I was just desperate to meet young ladies.
Fair
and I was
enough.
50 at that time.
Yeah.
So. Sorry?
Oh man,
passed
that's
away?
very sad.
Okay, so we are told just now that he has passed away. Yeah, let's see I hope the government gives him a real, I mean, this is one of our greats.
They should, yeah.
Let's see. No.
Did he ever win like a Bharat Ratna or anything? He must have.
Bharat Ratna, no, but he must have won everything else.
Bharat Ratna, no, you're saying.
Bharat Ratna is normally given,
Post-home
that's the
history.
biggest one. But everything else, the Padmas, all of them, 17 Padmas that are available, I'm sure he's got them all.
Padma Shri.
Yeah, his dad would have got a few as well. Allah Rakha, the famous.
Okay.
There's 3 generations because then his younger
Wow.
brothers are also there, like Tawfiq. Very talented.
I actually didn't know that he was from Mumbai. I thought he must have been.
I'm telling you, he's from 5 minutes away from me.
Yeah, like I didn't know that. I thought he must
We
have been.
did an interview once and I said, can you drop me home? He said yes. But then he took off. But a classy guy.
What a classy guy, yeah.
He want me in the car. Yeah. Pankaj Udas, who passed away, is a beach candy boy. Married to a
Wow.
Parsi. So I have a lot of connections with Indian classical music. Jagjit Singh's son was in South Mumbai College and had a horrible accident, sad ending. But we used to go out together and all that in a big group.
I've heard
And he was famous because Jagjit Singh's son, Baba.
Ryan Adams also wants to take his last breath in Malabar Hill only is what I've heard.
Yeah, Brian Adams, as far as I know, he's now transitioning. His name is now Arundhati, and we have them every morning walk. So I'll convey a message.
I have no idea what this is a reference to.
You said them are now in Malabar Hill, so that's the way it is. Listen, there's lots of space for you also, Baba. Where
In
do you live?
Malabar Hill?
Where do you live?
Andheri East represent Jogeshwari.
Yeah, it's a long drive. Yeah. In Delhi, where do you stay?
Let's not go there.
In Delhi, you're a big shot, no?
No, I'm not a big shot.
The Green Park or something.
No, I don't live there.
Greater Kailash.
No,
Um,
closer, but I won't say yes to anything.
Come on, tell me
Golf
honestly.
Links Road.
Golf Links Road is a very fancy place.
Don't say there.
What are you saying? Panchil Park.
No, Panchil is very fancy, but
So where? I've named all the fancy places.
hey, Shobha has written in that Coke takes 12 minutes, hot dogs takes 36
So now
minutes.
either he's
of
in a
their
very fancy place or a very dirty place. These are only two reasons I
I'm
can
in a
think
very
of.
dirty place. That's
He's
what
not. I
want to say.
doubt it. You speak too much good English. Too much good English for have come from dirty
Yes.
place.
My
Not-
socks are too homosexual, according
all
to
that.
me.
So, you're too westernized and all. So, I'm getting a feeling it's got to be one of these Panchil Park type places. Why
No.
deny your roots? If your dad has a Mercedes Benz gifted to you when you were 9 years old with a driving license being in Delhi,
Right.
come on, be honest.
I have 0 cars, by the way.
Why?
Because of that Delhi rule that
Why I
12,
thought dad has a
15
plane or
years-
something.
That's all we use.
छोटे गाड़ी की क्या जरूरत है भाई?
But,
Hey, we have to stop.
Oh,
We've got Manish Shankar Iyer coming.
Okay.
Okay, we can go on for 5
Okay,
minutes.
we can do this one last thing then. That Shubha has that written that Coke takes 12 minutes and hot dogs take 36 minutes of your life. At this rate, should we just start measuring our lifespan in snacks
Which
and
Coke?
years?
The drinking Coke, no?
Oh yeah, this though increases lifespan from
Yeah.
what you told me.
I told
off
you. You're
camera.
Dr. Cyrus, I'm there to help you. 36 minutes for hot dog.
Yes,
How
which
did they
is
come-
like 12 minutes is what it takes to drink the Coke also. So you're losing those 12 minutes anyway.
I don't know where this data is coming from. Is
Yeah,
it the
dude.
sausage in the hot dog? Is it the bread? What is the issue that why hot dog is such a bad thing?
Why aren't all scientists just working on curing cancer? Why are they
Why
wasting
do
time
they
with
give
this?
this? These are all Indian scientists. To give you statistics.
I know this is actually a US.
No, but it's Indian based. If you see the name, is his name like Krish? You know, Christopher. Is that his full name?
The UFOs are coming to pick him up only.
A
Actually.
UFO man. Yeah, but I don't like this stuff because you start, you just like they said, if you smoke a cigarette in the old days, you lose 4 minutes of your life.
12 minutes.
Now it's become 12.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It used to be 4. So when they me and Kunal calculated, and you'll basically lose if you live to be 90, something like a year or just under. So, I mean, which is not a good thing, but it's not a really bad thing. You don't know what state you're in, 89,
Also,
90.
who wants to live longer?
No, I'm saying 89, 90, if you're in a terrible state, might as well have a good quality life, enjoy yourself.
Yes.
I'm not saying smoke, I'm just saying.
Yeah,
Sometimes
and
think about it.
People who say stuff like this, their lives peaked at 15.
No, I think these people have no dates, no? That's the kind of conversation you never have with a girl. Did you
Yeah.
know if you have a hot dog, you lose 36
Yeah.
minutes of your life?
She's like, okay, I'll go home only then. Thanks for
And you
calling
just fed
me.
her a hot dog.
Yeah.
You've given her 2.
Yes.
You're getting a two for one. This is the offer out
After
there.
spending
Yeah.
time with you, she's just eating
Yeah.
all
Yeah,
the hot
she's
dogs in the world. She's like, I want to die right
And she's
now.
like, wash it down with a Coke.
Okay, do we have time for one
No, but
more?
read the room. No one's laughing.
Hey, they all coughed.
Actually, 3 people coughed, which is quite
Okay.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Huh. So what's our final? Are we doing more?
Can we do one more? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Really want to avoid this one. But this is what we'll end with. Leena reading about the Bengaluru techie suicide. That the wife, a strange wife, Nikita.
Subhash Atul.
Yeah, the wife, Nikita. Her brother and mother were arrested. Is this a family feud?
Mother, brother,
And her were arrested.
and her were arrested. But who's the main perpetrator? They've given the list. Like,
No, the wife only is the main.
wife's the main perpetrator, then the mother, and then the brother. Something like that.
Yeah.
So 3 different charges, huh?
Yes, they made a joke also. Is this a family feud or a dark audition for the next season of Crime Patrol?
Nice touch. But we don't know the facts of the case properly because the first part is not very clear. When she took him to court, took him to the cleaners, and the judge basically destroyed him in a sense.
Yes.
Hence he went whatever. So estranged from his family, blah, blah, blah. Estranged from the boy, the son. And that's the part which is not very clear. So what happened there? We know the second part properly where he's written this note and shot this video and all that.
Everything.
And left everything. And then whatever. And you know what they say? Death makes angels of us all. So once you do that, then, everybody starts believing. Again, not to say he's right or wrong. Don't know.
It's just a very complicated case for you to make this joke.
Please understand, if you get married, the worst part is when things go wrong, people have to take sides or whatever.
Yes.
And it becomes even more vicious because everybody who's batting for you is as vicious.
Yeah.
Against the perpetrator, if you want to call it that. So it's just,
I have a feeling if I break up, my family will take my girlfriend's side, by the way.
Yeah, but is it a girlfriend or is it a boyfriend?
Hey, if my socks are anything to go by.
Yeah, and the beard. They say that's...
Hey, the beard
isn't that
hetero as fuck. What are you saying?
That's... Yeah, but it's also sometimes used as a...
The only thing not hetero about me is my orientation, is what I would say.
No,
I'm kidding, guys. Imagine
also,
this is how my girlfriend
also your
finds
hairstyle.
out. Hey, this is all I can manage with 7
we're
follicles.
all pro-gay here, just for the record. Huh? I think our show's done. It's been sensational. We went 3 minutes without coughing.
That means the show sucked a bit.
We lost interest in the end. Yeah. This is the last bit.
We should check for his pulse.
But before we go, what about your shows?
I'll be in Bangalore on 25th. I'm recording for YouTube.
On
Please
Christmas
come.
Day?
Yes.
Okay. So there's a show? Public show?
Yes.
Or you're just recording?
No, it is a public show.
You're recording a public show?
Me, Siddharth Dudeja, who was a guest on AMA back in the day.
Yeah, no. He doesn't come. We call him.
Oh.
In fact, he's got a cricket podcast with Silbury. I have to go on that.
Yes. It's fun.
And who else? Just two of you?
No, Shrija Chaturvedi and Aman Jodhwani. These the four of us.
I don't think those two have come on our show. Shrija is a girl, right?
Yes, she is.
Okay, all right, excellent. So I'll be there, 25th, Christmas.
Yes, Christmas.
Bangalore, where? Location?
Underground Comedy Club.
Underground Comedy Club. It'll be fun for everyone. And,
yes. And we're paying a lot of money to record
pay for it.
Yes, the recording is very expensive, so please come.
How much?
It must be like some...
You have no idea.
Yeah, but it gets divided between 4 people.
But how big is the seater?
It's a 100-seater.
Oh, bro, then it'll sell out very quickly. How 100-seater?
But the flight tickets are so expensive, no? It's like 10 grand one way for economy in Air Akasa.
So you don't have a sponsor when you do this?
No.
But then how do you make money?
Hopefully go viral.
Okay.
That's hope.
So this
is
whole
our
comedy
business
career
plan.
is about living in hope, unlike medicine and engineering.
Yes, that's our
so
business
beta,
plan.
padai karo. Avoid this comedy shit. Make sure that you build bridges in India. Don't break them. Wow, that's great. Underground Comedy Club.
Underground Comedy
Bengaluru,
Club.
25th Christmas Day.
Yes, please come.
Food and drinks included.
Yes. I don't know about that actually. It might be extra.
Okay,
come. I'll serve you. I will serve you. I will bring food from home.
Don't make those jokes. Most comedians, we have to go back to that only.
True, actually.
Monday morning to pay the bills. Yeah. All right. As we say in India, namaste.
Namaste, sir.
Yeah. Sir, क्यों बोलने का?
I don't know.
Sir.
I got very intimidated.
Really? Because of this?
Meanwhile, Doordarshan in a helicopter is showing these Gunda types at Ayodhya and the statesmen of India at the Faizabad airport. And then you come in on the last day, at the last hour, and then deliver yourself of a major speech as the Prime Minister of India. He said, I agree, but on one condition. So I said, sir? He said, will you write my speech? So I said, of course I will. And I gave it to him. And then...
You had to call him to write the same day as
you. saw what happened on the 6th. So then I asked Ramu Damodaran, who was his... I said, I gave him a draft. What happened to it? So then he looked around. He said, we found it in his bed. It was under a pillow. So he seems to have read it, put it away, and then decided that the Maun Vrat was the right answer to the destruction of the Babri Masjid.